Ahoy, travelers!
Ohio!
The pirate captain sparked your interest, but you're not sure what to do. No worries, I shall guide you free of charge. Come aboard, time to seize the day. Wait, stupid, simple guide? Yeah, means we skip all the unneeded details and go straight to the parts that influence the build choices or playstyles. Who is Beidou, captain of the Crux Pirates? What is she good at? She is a spectacular offensive support unit, providing very high field damage with her burst, as well as strong damage reduction, resistance to interruption, and shielding abilities. She can easily turn the tides of battle in your favor. What is she bad at? A large portion of her damage and energy generation is dependent on regular successful parries, which can be difficult and in some situations impossible to manage. Her main shield is also limited to the parry duration, so no passive shielding from her skill. C1 does alleviate that a bit. Her ultimate is extremely expensive. You will need to feed her energy or invest in ER. Stats. As usual, you want as much crit as you can manage, and an Electro Cup is the obvious choice. Then you will have to adapt. If you plan to exclusively play her with Electro Battery characters like Electro Traveler or Fischl, you can go for attack. But if you want her to be more reliable and flexible, you definitely want a lot of energy recharge. Aim for about 150 with another Electro character or 200 for full flexibility. Artifact sets. Emblem of Severed Fate is your best overall option. It will help you with her energy issues and compensate your damage loss from investing in it. Thundering Fury is a strong offensive contender, but keep in mind she will have a hard time making optimal use of its effect. Her skill already has a very short cooldown, and depending on your preferred team comp, it can be difficult to control your elemental reactions. However, it can still be an interesting choice if you want to focus on said reactions, particularly with something like the Rain Slasher. Noblesse Oblige is an option if you already have good pieces you wish to recycle, but with 20-second cooldown, she cannot achieve full uptime on the buff in the best circumstances, making it less ideal. Weapons. Beidou can use practically any weapon. However, remember she's a high maintenance gal. You will need ER, and weapons are a good place to look for it if you aim for a high amount. Free to play. Luxurious Sealord. Rarely the best choice, but always reliable. Crafting. Katsuragi Kirin Nagamasa is fantastic and your best crafted option. Prototype Archaic, if you already have one, is serviceable. Battle Pass. Serpent Spine is your best 4-star offensive weapon, no contest. Shop. As always, Blackcliff and Royal are not far behind the Battle Pass. Gatcha 4-star. Rain Slasher can be extremely strong but very finicky to use properly. Beidou's kit is rather wild and reactions can be hard to control. EM only works if the character with the stat is the one triggering the reaction. Venus Great Sword is great for energy but rather weak in damage. Sacrificial Great Sword is similar but slightly less useful with her already short skill cooldown. Cure Marrow is one of your best options at the cost of team flexibility, and Lithic Blade takes the same concept but pushes it to the extreme. The Bell? No. Just no. And Gatcha 5-star. Skyward Pride is just perfect for her and fits all playstyles. And Forge provides extremely high damage and Beidou's kit works very well with it. Wolf's Gravestone is slightly worse than the Enforge depending on content because of the conditional passive. Style points though, the color scheme fits so well. Stats or fashion? You decide. Talents. Skill, Tidecaller and Retribution. Tap for a quick slash or hold for a shield, but the real value is in the parrying ability. For the easy way, just hold it to block damage and let go to riposte. The damage is vastly increased as attacks are blocked, maxing at 2. For the advanced method, blocking a hit right before it hits instantly gives you the double charge. Burst. Stormbreaker. Her parry is flashy and attention-catching, but her burst is where her true strength lies. Activating it does minor damage around you, and with C1 grants you a small shield, but it also reduces the damage you receive by 20 to 39%, increases your resistance to interruption, and your normal and charge attacks will unleash a chain lightning that can jump between opponents. And very importantly, the burst will stay on character swap. Gameplay. Beidou's on-field presence is rather weak. Her high requirements make it hard to invest in physical damage, and she has no infusion. Her best role is as an offensive support character with a heavy focus on her burst. Her skill has very high multipliers but rather low base damage, so you need to pull off those parries or rely on every trick you can. Ground effects such as burning grass are your best friend. Stand on any ticking damage and hold her skill for easy full-powered riposts. If there are only few enemies or you can't quite time the parry, don't waste your time just holding the skill. Just let go for some damage and energy and swap. The skill cooldown is rather low, so you can make up for it. Her burst is where she really shines. It drastically increases your defense and resistance, allowing you to power through most things while giving you amazing off-field damage. If you like to block, parry and overpower your opponents rather than dodge and weave, Beidou is for you. If you do prefer to dodge and weave, with enough ER, her burst alone is worth consideration. And finally, one last tip to keep your pirate happy. If you ever make her food, avoid leaks.
行ってきな。